And that's the disappointing when you fuck a guy for over an hour and he just go.
Did anybody recognize you from film in the industry? They did? Okay. Okay. Well, I just came in. You gotta do what you gotta do.
You are such an advocate. One thing is what I love is I love seeing a lot of the beautiful women that's in the industry as sex advocates.
And I would set up crystals on their body based off of their chakra. And the crystals, what they do is if they sit long enough, they begin to like permeate through the body. They begin to expand through the body and they create a grid.
I shot with Young Cute too. You know, Young Cute, you know, I'm the first big girl, but he did inside, you know, inside. Yeah. But
I would, and I have given my last dime to people. I've given when I should have just watched. And it's not always about giving financially. It's giving your space and your time and your energy.
So that's kind of like a 50-50 answer, what I got. That wasn't really a yes or no answer.
No, I think I actually would, and this is of course the therapist in me, I would be asking them, like, tell me how this is celibacy for you.
So what's first here, Aim?
I shoot them just like I would be shooting a regular female. So you don't put the emphasis on that, so it makes it more consistent with the title of being transgender.
I have a really good friend. She lives here in Atlanta. I met her on a porn set. She wrote a book called From Porn to the Pulpit. Now, I won't say she was like this super... Yeah, she's my best friend. She's my best friend. Her name is Danielle Williams McCord. She wrote an amazing book called From Porn to the Pulpit. She's been preaching for 10 years now, but I met her on a porn set.
In any business that you find yourself in. Because definitely for me, like, you know, creating a product to push to the consumer, and for me, everything was consumer driven. If they didn't want it, I'm not gonna make it because I knew it.
Felt like if we kept our head a little below the sagebrush, that we would just be able to keep on going without any interference or anything like that. But that's
right, dude. I'm sitting in like the dressing room, like just with all the 20-year-olds and 22-year-olds, 25-year-olds. I'm like, how old are you? Oh, I'm 25. I'm like, how old are you? I'm 23. And I'm like, dude, I'm 30.
Before I leave the house, I feel like the last look. You know, this is how I feel, this is what I'm thinking, you know. Now, when I get out and interact with other people, it's going to be what it is.
Right, okay.
Yeah, bridging the gap. Nyomi Banks, the goddess. Tune in. Hey yo, Black, where we at? Elements. Got a problem? What's the issue? Ask Nyomi for advice, she will bless you. Is it sex, love, or relationships? If your spirits are down, you can get a daily uplift. Just listen every word that she speaks. Setting trends with hashtags for every day of the week. Hashtag motivational Mondays, testimonial Tuesdays. I've been listening for the last 2 days. Wet Willie or Wisdom Wednesdays. Either way, the conversation gon' be lengthy. It's not hearsay. This is her way. You know she'll keep you thirst trapping on a Thursday. 4 days down, I'll talk about the number 5 day. Never coy, she always keeps it freaky on Fridays. Spiritual on Saturdays with sessions in the morning. Still uplifting and inspiring you all in. Being the goddess that she is, she keeps you all in. Formed on soul searching Sundays, just call in. If you misinformed, come get the facts. Axe. Fortunate for you, she's looking to bridge the gap. Yes, she was a porn star, but she's more than that. She's a certified specialist teaching us how to act. By the end of the show, we'll agree to disagree, but be good to each other and ourselves and keep it sexy. Yeah. Tune in every week to Ask Naomi. Bridging the Gap with Naomi Banks and Dog Pound Mike. Don't miss it. Tune in.
Hey, my sexy people. What's going on? It's your girl, the goddess Naomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. Oh, what's going on, Dog Pound Mike?
It's all good. It's all good.
All right, this is where we talk about love, sex, relationship, culture differences, and so much more while bridging the gap between them all and teaching the world on love, language, attitude, and spiritual uplifting. What is going on, my BTG crew? I see you all up in the space. Oh my God, I got a little tongue-tied here today. Once again, I'm going to have to figure that out. But again, I welcome everybody that is watching, not only just on AskNaomi.com, as well as on, on Facebook and on X, formerly Twitter. Hey, what's going on? All right, so tonight it's a fun topic, but it's a deep topic as well. It's a fun topic and deep topic, and it's called. I said about simping. Simping ain't easy. That's what I was first going to say. Then I said, well, no, let me. I want to have fun with it, but also I want to get deep with it because it's something that needs to change. You understand? And so the title of today's show, the topic of today's show is the Simp Paradox: Unraveling the Negative Perception of Sympathy. See, when people saw Simp and they saw Naomi Banks' name next to Simp, what they thought it was. They thought I was going to have somebody sitting here with a ball in his mouth with a what's the name on top of his head. That's what you thought it was.
You went all Pulp Fiction on.
Yeah, that's what they thought it was. But no, that's not what it is. But what we're going to do, we're going to come back. We're going to take a break and then we're going to come back. And then y'all going to come back. And then you're going to find out really what we're talking about here, all right? It's your girl, the goddess Naomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment? Get ready for the Season of Self-Love, a brand new series hosted by the incredible Nyomi.
Hey there, it's Nyomi. Are you tired of putting yourself last? Ready to prioritize your own happiness and well-being? Well, look no further.
Join Nyomi every Tuesday as she delves deep into the world of self-love, sharing powerful insights, practical tips, and inspiring stories that will help you bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be.
Together, we'll explore topics like self-care, personal growth, confidence, and so much more.
Don't miss out on this empowering series. Tune in every Tuesday for a fresh dose of self-love wisdom, exclusively on Ask Naomi's podcast.
Remember, it's time to prioritize yourself and embrace the season of self-love. I can't wait for you to join us on this incredible journey. See you every Tuesday.
Subscribe now to Ask Naomi's podcast and let the season of self-love transform your life.
Hey there, my sexy people. Are you ready for an exciting new series on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast? Well, introducing Ask Naomi Mondays, Ask Naomi Letters, where I read heartfelt letters filled with love, sex, and relationship advice every Monday. If you're facing a relationship dilemma, longing for guidance, and simply curious about others' experience, this is for you. Just shoot us an email at asknaomi@gmail.com to be a part of the conversation. Join us as we bridge the gap between curiosity and clarity, uncertainty and confidence. But get ready to explore the beautiful complexities of love and relationships. So listen to Ask Naomi Mondays, Ask Naomi Letters, and let's dive into these thought-provoking letters together. Don't miss a single episode. All right, welcome back. It's your girl, the goddess Naomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. What's going on, Don Pop Mike?
It's all good. It's all good.
You ready for this?
I'm rolling. Yeah.
This is very provocative. I had actually posed this question a couple of weeks ago, and I got a few DMs that did not like that question that I posed. I posed a question and they didn't like the question. So I want to do this first. I want to post this question first and I'm going to put it up here in the comments. It is, is it fair to judge or label someone a simp because they exhibit empathy or compassion towards others? Is it fair to judge or label someone a simp because they exhibit empathy and compassion towards others? All right, so today that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the Simp Paradox. So right now we're going to be peeling back the layers of the modern social conundrum of that is intriguing yet controversial. In a world where kindness should be king, we find sympathy, a once admired trait, now tangled in a web of negative slang. So let's embark on the journey together, and we open hearts and minds to understand how sympathy has been given a backseat to the ride of social perception. So let's define what simp is.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
So let's define what simp is. You know, it became a real big phenomenon lately. And let me tell you what I've heard it years ago, but when I first saw it, like really, it probably was a few years ago when I did a video, when I did my first video from taking my break back with when I was just doing Ask Nyomi, and I brought Rob in. Rob is the dear friend of mine that actually used to date an adult starlet. And he did a great interview with me because I wanted to interview someone that was outside of the adult industry but was dating someone in the adult industry, and how was that interaction and how did he feel about that? You understand what I'm saying? And so within the comments, there was a lot of people that was calling this man a simp. And for me, when I heard simp, I come from the BDS world as well. And so in that, I saw that. You know, when I saw that word, that's initially when I was like, why is they calling him that? Because that's not what he is. And then someone had to tell me, well, no, this is what the meaning is. You know, men that do stuff for women are simps. And I said, no, that cannot be it. So look, to be called a simp has become an oddly backhanded label in our digital age. It's a term that's been tossed around to describe someone who goes above and beyond to gain someone's affection, often without reciprocation and usually with a generous dose of over the top kindness. So, tracing its roots, we find a term that has shape shifted through the meme culture and social media narrative, morphing from a simple descriptor to a complex stereotype. We've seen all the memes, the jokes, and perhaps even witnessed friends teasing each other about it. But what does it really mean about us? So let me tell you, the first time that I heard a celebrity being called that, it was a podcast show. And I don't want to say, because I don't think they're on that podcast no more. They're on another podcast, but they were referring to Russell Wilson as being a simp because he's married to Sierra, who had a baby previously from their relationship with Future, but she was twerking or something of what she was wearing on a red carpet. And he didn't say anything. He was, he accepted who she is and what she was wearing. So they said that he's a simp because he allowed her to disrespect him.
Yeah, I remember that. Yes, I remember that.
And so it's like, how do you know he disrespect her? You understand what I'm saying? That he was disrespected in that because you were disrespected? You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I guess, I mean, and that, like you say, it's all over the internet. And thing is when a man does something for a woman and they see the woman out there doing what she do, because, I mean, just taking that example, Sierra was a star before they met.
Mm-hmm.
She danced, she's sexy, she did the same thing. So basically, when they got together, he allowed her to still be her, you know. And one of the things too is I guess one of the big things about it is when he made a statement that they wasn't gonna have sex until they married.
Mm.
That was one of the things that was said. They wasn't gonna have sex until they married. So everybody said that, he's a simp and he don't know what he's doing and just all kinds of things about him because of that situation there. So that's where it came from in that situation. But she was still being herself, who she was, and he just supported who she was.
Right.
He didn't come in there and try to change. And I guess a lot of men online felt that, he should stop her from doing that. He should stop her from doing this and doing that and being sexy and dancing and singing. And that was the big thing about that situation that I heard in the beginning of it.
Right. Yeah, that was part of it. But what I want to do, I want to show y'all a video. So I did a little research, and I got quite a few videos on this topic on TikTok. So I want to show the first one. The first one was actually from the podcast, right here. So go ahead, Mike.
Controls in your hands, and you don't need a man, and if you get a man, he's more like an accessory than he is anything else until they want a family.
All right, do me a favor, put that on again. Yeah, just push play.
A simp is a man who's led by his woman, who does whatever his woman tells him to do. Very passive, lives for her. All of his decisions revolve around her. His primary concern is making her happy at the cost of himself.
There are women who do want that, but those tend to be women who want full control of the relationship. They want to know that they are in control. They want to know that they are the one who is leading, and that's what's big right now. What's big right now is sexual revolution and the controls in your hands, and you don't need a man, and if you get a man, he's more like an accessory than he is anything else until they want a family.
So did you hear that, Dr. McKnight?
Wow, yeah, I heard that.
All right, did y'all hear that, BTG crew? Did y'all hear that?
I ain't never seen that one before.
Yeah. Yes, well, so when I was doing my little research, because I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't just something that was just coming to me because of, me being a sex worker. And, literally when I tell you this, when I have people that are agreeing with some of the things that I'm saying or, or whatever, if somebody giving, a great comment up on the minds or any other of my colleagues' posts, from their fans, you'll have somebody that's coming right up under there and say, you just a simp, you just such and such and such. And I'm like, what is this simp word? Like, I really wanted to know. And I really wanted to see was it really as big as everybody is saying that it is? And when I literally looked up and said simp behavior, when you Google simp behavior, those things will come up. So here's another one. Go to the one on the bottom. No, the one on the bottom. Here's another one.
Traction and just bore the hell out of. Stop being a simp. Here are 3 simp behaviors that you can never do. Number 1, agreeing with everything she says. Fellas, some of you guys are so desperate that you will literally have a woman tell you that the sky is green and you'll agree with her. But the truth is, don't just discredit your opinion because she doesn't agree with it. In reality, if you disagree with a woman, that creates an emotional spike in the conversation, which in some cases could actually be a good thing. Number 2, ignoring red flags. Now what she just did was a red flag, but for some reason you'll let it slide and you'll convince yourself that it wasn't that big of a deal. When in reality, if the red flag is big enough, that should disqualify her immediately. But since you're low on options and you're probably desperate, you'll let it slide. That's unacceptable, bro. Number 3, texting her all day long. When you're in class or in the gym or at work, put your phone down. Give her a chance to miss you a little bit. There's no reason why you need to be texting her all day, every day. Like, you're gonna run out of things to say, kill attraction, and just bore the hell out of her. Make her value the times when you actually do text her. And that's why you need to.
You know what, y'all? So let me say this. So let me say this. So when I've looked at those two videos, and then I have another video, but I'm gonna wait to show that video, and quite a few videos that I saw. It was like you are punishing or making the men that are treating their women good, treating them like they want to be treated, but you call them simps. So I'm trying to understand, how are you supposed to treat a woman? How are you supposed to treat your woman or your girlfriend or whoever that you are trying to court or date? How are you supposed to treat them? You're not supposed to have empathy or sympathy for that person. And better yet, the young man that was the one that said, they gave the 3. Now for me, I'm texting my man all day. So am I a simp? Because I'm checking on my baby and I want to make sure my baby is good. You understand what I'm saying? So we both accessible to each other. So just because we are accessible to each other, that makes him a simp. Or I mean, I'm asking a question, please. And if y'all know, because some of y'all much younger than me, so y'all know the terminology and what it is. And then the red flag. What's the red flag?
Right.
So the red flag can go both ways, right? So is it another word for the women, or can women be simps as well? Or is it just a man thing? Because I did read that it said that when there's a lack of masculinity, allowing a woman to control them is what makes the man a simp.
You know, I think we need to look at the fine line between because both of the guys, I know the first guy did, and the second guy maybe said, when they said something about doing everything to make her happy, you know, and I go back to the whole phrase I hear at work too, and people say, happy wife, happy life,
right?
You know, but the thing is why wouldn't you want to be in a relationship where your woman is happy, you know? So happiness is what it is. And I know he said something about if you disagree with her. Of course, in a relationship, there's going to be some disagreements, you know, and we have to look at that. We have to look at that line where it cross over, because it could be a disagreement as simple as, a simple disagreement where a man say, okay, that's a disagreement. It ain't no reason to bring that up and have an argument about it. But I think to make a relationship work, if there's agreement that holds a lot of value in both sides, then that's need to be said and that's need to be discussed within the situation.
Right.
Because I guess the thing is, they call it men simp because women are, I believe this. I mean, I've been in a relationship a long time, so I ain't been out there. But I think women, they are demanding more things of what they want in their life to make their life better and happy, because if we go back 40, 50 years ago, we go back into the Color Purple days, Danny Glover, Color Purple days. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? So it has to be an evenness about it. It has to be, not being a simp and do everything that a woman said, but on the same thing, a woman don't need to be a simp either and does everything a man says. So it has to be an equation in it, but men been getting called simp by other men. And that's that's where everything come from, because a lot of men feel like it should never be that way.
Right. So why 50, 40 years ago was the Color Purple age? That's not it.
Well, maybe a little longer. But
I'm messing.
Color Purple coming out again. I want to see the remake.
Right. You gonna put it, I'm like, dang, I'm in Color Purple age. Like I was seeing Sealy. But no, I do. I totally understand what you're saying. And I do. I want to know why. Why is it frowned upon for men to be gentlemen? Why? Why is it frowned upon for men to be gentlemen? Why is it frowned upon for men to take care of their home, to want to make their wives happy, to make their home happy? Why is this frowned upon? I don't understand. And you know, the crazy thing is we talked a little bit about the masculinity and the we talked a lot about the masculinity and the femininity last week. You understand what I'm saying? And my whole thing is that I think those that are more empathetic and more sensitive, and as this simp word, I believe that they are more balanced and probably more at peace, especially if they have the right one. Now, let me say this. Don't get me wrong. I know there are people that are out there, some women and men that are misusing someone else just because the benefit for themselves. Understand? But we're talking about people that are good people that has been called simp that I know personally. And like, no, because what? Because he making sure his woman good. Because he making sure that he paying all the bills, that she not stressed for nothing. But also she makes sure that he not stressed for nothing.
There it is. There it is.
And so I'm just still with the simp world, and I want to help change that narrative. You know, and it's unfortunate. I saw somebody say that it's the younger generation, and oh, you know, let me tell you what, because I got three of them. I got three queens out there, and they're not controlling, but they know what they want. They know what they want, and I taught them to know what you want and go after you want, but also to respect who you are with. You understand what I'm saying? But don't allow them to change you, nor do you try to change them. You accept each other for who each other are. But I am truly sad for some of the pickings that they have out there. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like for me, honestly, y'all, I haven't been out in the dating field in a long time. And I mean out in the dating field with no man. And I was like, man, what that sound like? Go back to a few shows from last year, then you understand what I'm talking about. But y'all understand what I'm saying? So I don't know if I will be able to, and I'm not going to say survive in this dating field right now of this age, because I do require some things. And I'm not talking about somebody require them to be six figures or nothing like that. No, but I do require to be treated a certain type of way, because I will reciprocate that back. You treat me that way, I'm gonna treat you, in return that same way. So we king and queen up in here. You understand what I'm saying? We royalty in here. So as long as you treated me like a queen and I'm treated, then we good. But let's show empathy. Let's show compassion to one another. And I just don't understand. And I really thought that we don't have too many women that follow me or even speak up. I have a few of them that do, but not enough. Because I really wanted to hear from them, because a lot of the guys that I saw, even in some of the comments from some of these videos, were is that women don't want simps. That's what it said. Women don't want simps because they think of them as being weak. And see, and then I posed another question today. Another question was that, can empathy and vulnerability coexist with strength? I'm looking for my question now. With strength and self-assurance. And I'm going to pose that question one more time, and I ask that you all answer me, please. Can empathy and vulnerability coexist with strength? And I'm sitting here looking for my question right here on my thing, because I hit it all of them. With strength
and self-assurance.
And self-assurance. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that one. And I actually did get a few that said, one person said, to put yourself in an empathetic and vulnerable position is a show of strength. is a show of strength. And another person said, it definitely takes strength to admit to your shortcomings in low moments. And somebody said, yes, I believe they can go hand in hand. Duality is the key. For you, Dog Pound Mike, do you believe that can empathy and vulnerability coexist with strength and self-assurance?
Oh, most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely. Because in life, and especially in life as a man and as a black man, you're gonna find yourself in some situations where you're not at your best. You're not at your top. You know, it be certain situation at work, and you know, in at work or even in life where things gonna come at you from different ways. You know, and all the time we can't go out there and just, okay, it's all about strength, all about beating somebody down. It's all about, you have to have some empathy. You have to have some vulnerability in yourself when you're dealing with your kids, when you're dealing with your woman. Sometimes when you're dealing with coworkers, you have to look at things from every angle, you know? I mean, back in the day, I was a young black man on West Side, and they were all about, okay, beat hard, 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 hard.
Right.
You know, and sometimes being hard can end you up in some situation where you don't want to be in.
Right.
You know, so to me, empathy and vulnerability takes where you got to step back a little bit and think about the situation. And just even what I was saying about it, as we talk about simps and being with your woman, you have to be in that situation where, I mean, I want to go home to a happy home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want my woman to be happy and to make her happy and to take care of my responsibilities as a man, as a husband, as a boyfriend, as anything you want to call it. You want to take care of that. So that does take, if they want to call you a simp, you're a simp, you know. But you know how it is inside your home.
Right.
You know how it is. You know, and I think a lot of people out here are taking shots at people, you know, because of what they did.
Do you think that because they jealous, because they not in that relationship, that they can't find that love or that with that person?
And maybe
because I'm still trying to figure out, honestly, because I'm still trying to figure out why is the big thing with Russell.
I mean, and I guess the big thing is because that, and that, yeah, they probably see Sierra and won't see her and be like, you know, I'm gonna treat her this way, I'm gonna treat her this way. But I mean, I thought the thing is most time when you see a beautiful woman, you want to treat her nice, you want to treat her with respect, you want to treat her with, you know, do something to make her happy, you know. But in the comments, we got somebody out here to do your boy in the game.
I saw that they
You don't
they
want to
threw.
touch that, but
I can go ahead and speak it. It's been a hot topic for a long time.
I don't understand this, but well, I'll read it for you.
Okay, thank you.
But here's the thing: Will Smith threw a $2 million party for Jada Pinkett Smith, and then she humiliates Will and says it's stupid, and he's still with Jada.
So did you read both of the books? Did you read both of the books, Mike? This Mike. All right. So the thing was, and they even talked about that on the red
table.
On the red table, and it was more of the party was not for Jada. Let's keep it real. It was for Will. It was for Will's ego or what he can do for Jada and trying to do for Jada. So Jada told him what she wanted. Jada said, "This is what I want for my birthday." But Will did what he wanted to do for her. He did so he can get all the praises and accolades. Oh, you are such a good man. Oh, you did this for her. That's why that did, because she knew I did not feel like having anything right now. I want to do A, B, C, and D. And he like, nah, I'm going to do E, F, G, and H. There I go my alphabets again, but y'all get that. But I appreciate your comment, Mike, because I should have known that was coming because I saw you say Will Smith in there. But then that's their money too. That's $2 million.
Yeah. I mean, $2 million to Will is maybe $200 to us. You know, the thing is when you sit back and think about the whole thing, is you got to understand the situation that it is. That's one thing is we're hearing a whole lot of people they saying slimps on social media. So you really talking about the Will Smith, the Russell Wilson, and other people that got money, and we just looking inside and look at it from a level of where you at in the situation.
Right.
Because I think most men out there want to go home to a happy home. They want to go home and take care of things. And if you doing that, then your woman should be at home making that home happy for you to come home to as well. And it goes that way. But just because a man doing that doesn't mean I think I've worked with a lot of guys that come to work and they talk a whole lot of mess about how they the man at the house. Shit, then I know they go home, they probably put an apron on.
Right, but why do men do that?
In most cases, because they talking to other men.
Really?
They talking to other men.
I mean, I know they're talking, but I'm not under in that, like Nyomi, you can't understand that because you're
not a man.
Because you're not a man. Because you're a woman, so you don't understand that. And it's more of you looking for validation from another man.
Validation, conversation. But most of the time I think it because they have a problem within themselves. They have a problem within themselves of how things are really going on, at home. So when you come to work, bam. I mean, have you ever worked been in a situation where it was all men and heard all kinds of stories and all kinds of stuff, and everybody trying to,
everybody trying to up each other with their story.
Exactly. And when they go home, they probably quiet as a church mouse.
As a church mouse.
And not to bash on men, because one of the comments earlier in the thing was talking about, women they want more. They are demanding. They are, because.
But is it wrong for a woman to be demanding?
Not at all.
Because men are demanding too. I mean, if you trying to be in a relationship, your work is to be in a relationship that is coexisting with the both of us, that we are both making each other happy. So why would I come into a relationship not telling a person what I desire in our relationship? You understand what I'm saying?
Totally understand that.
Why I would want someone to come in, well, this is what I desire, or this is what I see my relationship being, like this is what I'm looking for in a relationship. And then that gives me a choice of whether, okay, well, yeah, I can do it, or no, I can't. Or I don't want to. And I think we talk about this in another topic about the representative and coming with who you are in the beginning instead of, you know what I'm saying?
Because on that first date, both people are representatives. The man and the female are representatives. You don't think so? Oh, I got to look over there.
I'm not looking no way. I am sitting here like.
They are, because, I mean, I think on that first initial date, everybody going to put their best foot forward. And this even goes back to the show we had a few weeks ago about the whole thing about the woman that want to go to Cheesecake Factory. She put her request out there of who she was.
That's true.
That's who she was.
That's true.
And I think some women may go out there and that might not be who she is, but that's what she gonna say. That's the standard she gonna set up there. But men gonna do the same thing. Because a woman gonna be like, I don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory and ain't never been nowhere else. But a man gonna be like, okay, I'm finna take you somewhere else that's better than Cheesecake Factory. So they both sat up there and did the dum-dum because the dude probably couldn't afford the restaurant he went to, and the woman probably ain't never even been to the Cheesecake Factory, probably went to Maxwell Street.
Right.
So they both was, but that's how some relationships start off.
Right. Let me tell you something. I'll be very honest. You say you lying, Naomi. No, I'm not. I've never showed up a representative. I've always showed up who I was and who I am. Whether I was Naomi or my other, it was always I always told her who it was. Period.
There you go. There you go. there you go. But you know some representatives out there.
No, well, let me be honest. I didn't start doing that shit till after my first divorce. But even before then, can I be honest? Even before then, I was who I was, and that was it. But I never looked for that person to be. I never and I don't want to say demanded, but I never looked for that other person to be like that as well. And so when my first divorce was over and I was out dating then that's what no. The next time I'm in a relationship, this is what I want from this relationship. So here is the book of me. Here is the book of me. So what's the book of you? And you don't get the book of you. I mean, I didn't get that book of them, but I gave them the book of me so they can know exactly who they are getting. And honestly, all the this is the thing. The relationships that I was in before, and I told them this is, and they didn't believe me. They didn't.
Because most people think that representative is there.
Right. And they didn't believe me. And it was like, oh damn, when I'm gone, damn, you was cool as fuck. Like, damn, I missed out on the good that goddamn. But I got the right person. It takes a very special person to be with me. I know I might look like an angel. With a big heart, but it does. It takes a lot for me. And for me, what I want a simp, yes, I would. If the definition of a simp is someone that will make sure that you are happy, that will take care of you, in the sense of everything. And thing is, I'm not a gold digger. I'm not that. I work very hard. We build stuff together. You understand what I'm saying? But I do want to be treated like a queen because I will treat you like a king. Really. Sometimes I might try to put my foot in the king role, and sometimes they got to push me back a little bit because I don't want any harm to happen to my man, as I know that he won't want nothing to happen to me. I ask him questions, he asks me questions. You know what I'm saying? We go back and back. At times he know when there is a moment that, okay, I need to let her lead. But there is no control thing that's happening. And if it is, sometimes it is an off balance like that it might need that. So why does that person have to be a simp? I guess the biggest thing is taking away that negative connotation to that word.
Right.
Period. Don't shame a person for having sympathy and empathy towards someone else, because that is what we're supposed to have. We're supposed to have sympathy and compassion and empathy for others as well as yourself. But if you're too ashamed to show that, then what kind of person does that make you?
Right.
So when I see all of these videos of all of these people that's saying, I'm like, wow, man, this world is really broken. That your homeboy can be in a good relationship and just loving on his woman, open up the door for his woman, giving her some flowers or whatever like that. And if he ain't complaining, now if he complaining, then he need to leave.
Right. And it's as simple as that. As simple as
But
that.
if he ain't complaining and he loved that, then let that brother be there. Because that's that dynamic of their relationship.
Exactly.
So why make him feel inferior, or does that make you feel better? Is that what that is? Maybe. All right, so we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back and we're going to open up the lines. We're going to open up the lines So give us a call at 626-605-2756, 605-2756. We just posed 2 questions. And give us a call. Also, Dog Pound Mike will put up a link. And definitely. All right, it's your girl, D Goddess Naomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment? Get ready for the Season of Self-Love, a brand new series hosted by the incredible Nyomi.
Hey there, it's Nyomi. Are you tired of putting yourself last? Ready to prioritize your own happiness and well-being? Well, look no further.
Join Nyomi every Tuesday as she delves deep into the world of self-love, sharing powerful insights, practical tips, and inspiring stories that will help you bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be.
Together, we'll explore topics like self-care, personal growth, confidence, and so much more.
Don't miss out on this empowering series. Tune in every Tuesday for a fresh dose of self-love wisdom, exclusively on Ask Naomi's podcast.
Remember, it's time to prioritize yourself and embrace the season of self-love. I can't wait for you to join us on this incredible journey. See you every Tuesday.
Subscribe now to Ask Naomi's podcast and let the season of self-love transform your life.
Hey there, my sexy people. Are you ready for an exciting new series on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast? Well, introducing Ask Naomi Mondays, Ask Naomi Letters, where I read heartfelt letters filled with love, sex, and relationship advice every Monday. If you're facing a relationship dilemma, longing for guidance, and simply curious about others' experience, this is for you. Just shoot us an email at asknaomi@gmail.com to be a part of the conversation. Join us as we bridge the gap between curiosity and clarity, uncertainty and confidence. But get ready to explore the beautiful complexities of love and relationships. So listen to Ask Naomi Mondays, Ask Naomi Letters, and let's dive into these thought-provoking letters together. Don't miss a single episode.
All right, it's your girl, D Goddess Naomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. And welcome back. What's going on, Dog Pound Mike?
All good, all good.
All right, I'm loving this topic. My BTG crew, how y'all liking this topic tonight? I see the comments are popping tonight. Did I say popping? Yes, I did. I said popping tonight. All right, the lines are open. Give us a call at 626-605-2756. That's 626-605-2756. And every morning I do a podcast called The Season of Self-Love. And it's been a really great show. It really have. Today we were talking about Quest. You guys, I'm more than welcome to come join me over there every morning, right there at the Season of Self-Love podcast. And you can also go to Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap. AskNaomi.com. I'm sorry, and take a listen there. You know, go to the link that's right there as well. I'm sorry, I just got a little tongue tied. So let me tell you why I'm a little tongue tied. What's going on with me? So I've been doing the parasite cleanse for the past few days. Yes, the parasite cleanse for the past few days, and so if you know, when you do that, your body kind of, take the toxins come out, the parasites come out, everything. And so my eating habit has been, I don't want to say off, but I haven't been eating as much because there's certain things that I have to eat to make sure that I'm not creating more parasites, and that they will, in the food that I'm eating, that it helps to kill the parasites off. And why are you doing that, Naomi? Because first, I'm tired of my migraines. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with me, because evidently right now the doctors cannot find out what's happening with me. So I figured, well, let me do a toxic cleanse myself. Let me see how that feel. And this is going into the new year, just cleanse, just good, where my skin will be popping. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't have all that yucky feeling anymore. So that's why. So yeah. I'm just a little loopy today, just a little loopy, and you hear my voice right now too, right? I'm sounding like Barry White about right now. Yeah, a lot of people say that's a little sexy, but I don't know. I have to make sure that I ain't got what's the name right there.
You all good.
Right, how deep my voice is. Which I say, nah, we ain't seen it all. We know you ain't no man.
If so, they did some excellent work.
Right. All right. So I wanted to share this this other video, and because I wanted to give it of another perspective. Excuse me. And it's with a young lady that I saw on TikTok. And play it, Mike. Play it. Let him hear it.
That means he will always show up for you because you are important to him. That he will be focused on his career because he wants to be someone you can rely on. That he will be ambitious because he wants to make sure you guys have a good life. It means he will help out with house chores and taking care of the kids before you reach exhaustion. It means that he will pay attention to the details and the things that you say to him. It means that he will always protect you and be on your side. It means that regardless of what you choose to do with your life, if you want to start your own business or if you want to be a stay-at-home wife, he will fully support you and do his best to back you up 100%. Do you know how amazing that feels like? That this is the kind of man who can let a hyper-independent girly fucking breathe and relax and feel safe to be in her element and be in her feminine? That this is the kind of guy that she will give back tenfold? He has to be so comfortable, so confident, so sure of himself to not give a shit about what his peers think about him being whipped and still be able to influence them to question how they're treating their women. It is so sad to me that being a man who dotes on his women is viewed so negatively by some men. It has nothing to do with his manhood or masculinity. That is just some toxic made up bullshit by men so they can do the least and get the most.
That was a lot. Yeah, that was.
That was my fault. Did you agree with it? You and me?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the thing is to be able to give that person your life, that woman your life, the support and the things she needs to take care of herself first, and then she's definitely going to take care of you as well. You know, now if it's a situation where a man is doing all that, doing everything, and she's not doing anything, no kind of reciprocation, or now that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But like the woman said, is most women,
mm-hmm.
they look for that. They look for someone who's going to support them, you know, provide, take care of them while they're doing their same thing. And that's the thing too, because there are women out there who have a man supporting them, providing for them, and they doing the same thing. They're working, they're providing, they bringing things to the table as well.
Right.
And that's what makes the relationship work.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I do too. And I like how, and it was one thing that she said that allowed us to be in our full femininity.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like when you hear, and that's the big thing, we talked about it last week about, you know, they talking about the women coming out of their femininity and becoming in the masculine
right.
form, in a masculine form or energy or whatever. I'm sorry. But so it's like, what do you want? You understand what I'm saying? What do you really want from? Do you all know what you want from a woman? And I guess I could ask that also from the women. Right. Do you know what you're looking for, what you want in a man? Mm-hmm. And can I be very honest? A lot of y'all don't know. You know why? Because you don't even know what the hell y'all want.
That's what it comes down to.
And Naomi, why we don't know what we want? Because you don't even know who the hell you are. And how you know that? Because you're searching for something. Am I really having this conversation with myself?
Sure is. You all by yourself.
But y'all hear what I'm saying? Because you don't know who you are. And so you don't know what you're searching for somebody else, because you have to know who you are yourself before you even search for it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah. More sense than anything, yeah. You know?
So while all of y'all are calling these men that are catering to their women, that are catering to the person who they love, and you are calling them simps, those are probably the ones that truly understands and knows themselves more and know what they want and know what they need and their desires is, and they have it in a particular person. Now, let me say this, because, and I said it earlier, Do we always get it right when we pour into somebody? No, we don't. And I know it's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, well, Naomi, this person did not, I mean, the girl that she was, she don't even do such and such and such and such, or whatever, whatever. And you know, that's some definitely that he needs to figure that out and need to leave. But he ain't no simp. Maybe she just unappreciative. One, she don't even know who she, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, it was a guy, and I might go off topic just a little bit. It was a guy that I saw in a video, and he was saying how that black women, and this is what he said. He said black women were not attracted to the type of black man that he is, and he was a more people would call him a nerdy type of guy. The nerdy type, and he was short, a shorter type of guy. I think he was like 5'9" or 5'10" or something. Like he wasn't 6 foot. The thing was is that he said, you know, black women wouldn't date him because he was under 6 feet. And so I'm thinking, like, where are you looking for these women at? And are you choosing women that are out of your league? And what does that mean, Naomi? Out of my league mean? You know what out of my league, out of your league are. First of all, you're probably choosing women that are superficial. Second of all, you can tell a woman's type by who she carry around. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you can.
You can. And women do the same thing, but it's mostly men that do that. Like you look at these Instagram models and these supermodels and stuff, and not saying that you are not worthy of that, but understand what you're getting with that. Oh, Naomi, you look like them. No, I don't. I don't look like the Instagram models. I don't. I'm cute. I'm fine, but I don't look like a lot of the Instagram models. But I also look inside. I don't. It doesn't matter if a person is not attractive to the world. I see beauty within. And I know because I can show you a whole bunch of pictures of a whole lot of guys that I dated. They were fine when I was with them, but then they probably pissed me off, and now they ugly as hell. But I'm just kidding. But I'm just telling you. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
You know, everybody wants to put somebody. Well, you know, she's too fine to be with that person, or he's too cute to be with her. And I hear this a lot. I hear this within my own family. I used to hear that. I gotta be honest. I've said that a few times in my ignorant days. I did. Like, why you with she? Wow. She ain't cute. She ain't cute. And then I had to check myself. Like, seriously. Seriously. All right, y'all. So look. First of all, I want to say thank to all of you that came out today for this topic. We had a little fun with this topic, didn't we? Mm-hmm. We had a little fun with it. I will definitely be back next week. We got a nice little topic for next week. Also, make sure you guys tune in to the Season of Self-Love every day. I post up every day on there. I will be posting up more. I just been, pretty busy doing a lot of work and just preparing for the new year. One of the new things back. And yes, welcome back. I am so glad to see you back. I really am. Yeah, I really am happy to see you back. And also, guess what? We got a birthday tomorrow. So it's Miss Charmaine's birthday. So while we here, BTG crew, give her a nice little shout out, happy birthday before we leave. She has been one of my biggest supporters throughout Ask Naomi Vision the Gap podcast, as well as other stuff. And so I want to make sure that we are showing our BTG crew birthdays. And if you say, Naomi, you didn't say happy birthday to me, but if you let me know that it's your birthday and it's around the show, either the day before or whatever, I will definitely give you a happy birthday shout out, because one thing I do, I truly appreciate my BTG crew. I really do. I mean, they from all over the world. And I truly appreciate every single one of y'all. Every single one of y'all. So it's time to sign off. Do you got any words before we leave off? Dark Brown Mike?
No, I'm just, I'm just going home. I'm a simp, and I'm going home after the show.
What they say, sipping ain't easy. Sipping ain't easy. All right, y'all. It's the girl D Goddess, Nyomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. And again, we got Ask Naomi letters that's on Monday. If you guys want any sex, love, or relationship advice, you guys can email me at asknaomi@gmail.com. And again, take a listen to the Season of Self Love podcast. I'm telling you, you will truly love it. You will truly love it. All right, and as I always say, be good to one another and yourselves, and always keep it sexy. See you next week.
Hey, it's the Goddess Naomi Banks, and I hope you enjoyed that last episode of Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap. And if you did, please like, subscribe, press that notification button, as well as comment. I'll see you next week. Keep it sexy.
Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap. This is where we talk about love, sex, relationships, cultural differences, and so much more.